Kumali is a Vekoma suspended looping coaster at Flamingo Land. Few things are scarier to coaster enthusiasts than the three letters SLC. While there are many bad ones, including Infusion at the UK's very own Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I am pleased to say that Kumali is way different. It not only features a more unique layout, but it's actually comfortable. Just how good does this make the experience? Find out in this review. In 1994, Vekoma debuted their suspended looping coaster, or SLC model. This was their take on the inverted coaster, which was introduced by Balger and Mabillard in 1992. Their base layout had 5 inversions. One of these is the aforementioned Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Vekoma could also offer additional variants, or even custom layouts such as Fantasy Island's Odyssey. In 2002, Happy Valley Shenzhen opened Snow Mountain Flying Dragon. This was the Shenlin layout. This featured elements more akin to the ones found on a B&M invert. There were 4 inversions, a vertical loop, a Cobra roll, and a 0G roll. The second Shenlin layout would go to Flamingo Land in 2006. This would be the subject of this video, Kumali. 2 other Shenlin layouts have been built, both at Happy Valley parks in China. These ones were expanded though to have an extra helix at the end, which helped with the overall length, which is a critique I have with this ride, but more on that later. Kumali replaced Bullet, a portable Schwarzkopf shuttle loop that closed after the 2005 season. It was one of 2 Schwarzkopfs that Flamingo Land closed that year, with the other being Magnum Force. Kumali was placed in the back of the park. It is the park's tallest coaster, standing 118 feet, or 36 meters tall. So it looks great on this park's skyline, especially from the zoo area because it towers over everything on that side of the park. And the blue track it sports looks fine. The coaster is part of the Lost Kingdom section of the park. The name Kumali refers to the alpha male in a lion pride, hence the big cat appearing in the coaster's logo. Now this park as a whole does not have much theming, but this coaster at least has an impressive entrance archway bearing the ride's name. The rocky design is really nice. Then the far side of the coaster has some nice landscaping alongside it. But do not expect anything else. The queue just consists of some plain ramps up to the station. My lone visit to this park took place on an off-peak weekday, so most rides were total walk-ons. That was the case all day long with Kumali. However, I have heard this coaster can generate a decent wait on busier days, hence the wait time markers in the queue. The queues are primarily because this coaster does not have the best capacity. It used to have 2 trains, but I believe only 1 train is currently in use. That train has 10 rows of 2. While it should seat a max of 20 riders, I've heard from others the back row is often closed, and that was the case during my visit as well. So practically this coaster only seats 18 riders per cycle nowadays. If you visit on a really busy day and it's needed, this coaster is one of 5 rides in the park's VIP Ride Pass Skip the Line system. For £50 per person, you can skip each line once. The attendant allows enough people into the station to fill the next train. If the seat you want is already occupied, you can ask to wait an extra train for the row of your choice. I personally like this coaster best in the front, by a considerable margin. Not only did I have the unobstructed view and superior sense of speed, but the forces felt stronger as well. The trains look familiar to the older Vekoma SLCs. This had me concerned before my rides. You have the bucket seats with the bulky over-the-shoulder restraints. These restraints are very well padded, but they rest super close to your ears. This causes extensive headbanging on a lot of the SLCs. But Kumali is thankfully different. It actually tracks smoothly. This is the main reason this coaster was such a pleasant surprise for me. There are some minor shakes in the low turn and Cobra roll, but it caused no headbanging in most seats. I could not believe a Vekoma SLC with this restraint system was actually a comfortable experience. Let's compare that to the country's other two SLCs. Infusion is an absolute headbanger, which is no surprise for those who have experienced the standard layout elsewhere. And the scary part is that there are even rougher versions than Infusion elsewhere. Then Odyssey of Fantasy Island is a larger and more interesting layout, but it too is on the rougher side. Once checked, Kumali starts with a slow chain lift. You have a nice view overlooking the park off to your right, and I love how there's no catwalk beneath you, which allows you to fully appreciate this ride's height. At the top, you get a brief but nice view overlooking the zoo. Then, the real fun begins. The initial plunge is a swooping drop to the right. It feels similar force-wise to the standard first drop in the other SLCs. It builds up solid speed, but it doesn't have any appreciable airtime, laterals, or whip. The big change here is that it does not bash your head. The pullout is fantastic though. It is a low rightward turn. The speed here is wonderful, and it is paired with great positive Gs. This is a gray out moment for me. And those Gs continue on the following element, a vertical loop. This feels bizarre in an SLC, but it's actually really good. The front gets strong Gs into it. Those in back get a little hang time at the apex. Then they get decent Gs as they're pulled downwards. This leads to a cobra roll. The entry once again offers strong positive Gs in front. You also get solid Gs in the valley. Then those in back get their positive Gs in the second flip as you are yanked downwards. Unfortunately, those in back may also hit their head in the transition in between the flips, but this is much less of an issue further up in the train. The first three inversions are heavy on the positive Gs. The fourth and final one beautifully juxtaposes that. It is a graceful 0G roll. This is so strange to see on an SLC, but it rides nicely and offers a little float. Kumali then finishes with a solid helix. The high point offers OK Gs in front. Then everyone gets nice Gs at the low point. You then hit the brakes and return to the station, ending the 2,201 foot or 671 meter long experience. This is less track than the standard SLCs, which is unfortunate. This coaster is short. It feels like it's missing an extra element or two compared to the other inverted coasters. I like what this coaster has, but it's over quickly, especially because this coaster has good pacing. So what would I rate Kumali? I would give this invert a 7 out of 10. This is a genuinely good coaster. It does not ride like the other SLCs, and that is a positive. The key change is that this coaster is actually comfortable. Then I also prefer the layout. It has a stronger emphasis on positive Gs than the regular SLCs, which is why it's closer to a B&M invert, and you really feel the power in the turns and inversions. I just wish this coaster were longer, had a better first drop, and more freeing restraints. If you have ridden the other Shenlin layouts in China, I would love to know if they are as smooth and enjoyable as Kumali, or is this ride a fluke? Those are my thoughts on Kumali at Flamingo Land. What are your thoughts on this invert? Do you agree this SLC is actually good? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.